So, welcome back to Chop's Garage. What have we got going on today? Well, we have Petey in, who is doing a little clean up on the inside of the Axiom or whatever it is, because I have to take what is probably going to be, I want to say, my most dangerous delivery drive ever. I've got to drive this all the way over to Holsworthy to a mate of mine who wants this little car, and he is selling me a van. We're doing a bit of a deal between the two of us. I'm bringing back a Ford Connect van, which I think is probably going to be an easier sell. But the journey over to Holsworthy is normally about an hour, I think. I'm going to be interested to see how we get on in this, because it is a very cold day today as well. And they are predicting we're going to get snow. So Petey has been just giving it a quick wipe over for me, so it's a bit more enjoyable to drive over there. Getting it all defrosted. Massive thanks to the subscriber. I can't remember the name of the subscriber who told me where the boot release button is on this. It is just here. You'd never find it if you didn't know. Just tiny little button there, press that and up pops your boot, and it's actually got quite a decent little boot on it. So yeah, massive thanks to the person that pointed out to me. This is going to be a fun little ride. Now Petey has been getting all excited over the 106 GTI as well. He's loving the looks of that. He's already sorted the door handle out for me so that the door is closing again properly. As said, we're going to get that all prepped now, and then we will, as promised, get that up for a raffle. But anyway, I'm going to go get a can of fuel just so I've got one for spare for this, because I have no idea how long it takes to use the fuel it's got in it, whether it's going to get me there or not. And yeah, then I'm going to plug the camera in and we'll have a little chat as I drive along. And we'll see how useful these really are, because I think they're great for running about, but I'm not sure I'd normally want to do an hour's long journey in one. He can't resist, he's got to go for a little drive. Everyone who sees this little car is just, I can't help but be a little bit interested in it. Off he goes. It's surprisingly nippy off the line there. You see how it sort of nipped off up there? It is surprisingly nippy. You can't help but laugh. If you don't love something like that, find it entertaining, and you're dead inside, I'm afraid. So one of Pete's first jobs today, while I'm off running around dropping cars off, is to do the rear discs and pads on the cash car we bought. If you remember, we bought it with a brand new MOT done at the Nissan place, but it was because it's a full Nissan history. But they left an advisory of the rear discs and pads on it, so we've got the discs and pads in. He's doing that while he's under. We'll have a quick look at what the exhaust flexi was and see what we need to order up for that. I think you might need to use the top down. Is it electronic? Oh no, it's manual hand. Oh no, it is electronic handbrake. Yeah, so you're going to have to use the top down, aren't you, to put it in service mode. But before that, he's decided to put together a little present I bought him, which is a diesel heater, because it is freezing up here. And I don't want to get in trouble for killing off a pensioner, do I, basically? You can see how serious the job it is putting this together, because he's got a second pair of glasses all ready to go, living up to the name 2 Glasses Pete. Look at it. He doesn't know he's born, I'm just too good to him. Now he's going to get toasty and get those brakes done. There's been a change of plans. I'm not taking the little Axiom over to my pal. He still wants it, but he's having the Peugeot today instead. Now this is a Peugeot I got off a subscriber, 19 plate, 37,000 miles. Had the cam belt done on it. I've run this through Auto Trader 4 times before Christmas. Didn't really have a bite on it. No idea why not. No idea at all. It's super clean. Its wheels are immaculate, bodywork's immaculate, interior is immaculate. Like I say, it's got low mileage. The wet belt has been done. There's an £1,800 bill in here for that. Just a lovely little car. Just doesn't seem to have sold for me. It's how funny the way that can be. You sell it to somebody else and they sell it in a heartbeat. His forecourt is nicer stuff than mine. It is newer stuff. This is exactly the kind of thing he sells. So I'm just gonna get my money back out of it. I'm not losing any money out of it. I'm not gaining any money out of it, but hopefully I'll gain off the van I go and get instead. And it's just all about keeping the cash flow going. You can sit on it forever. I could keep running it through Auto Trader. Maybe this would be a busier month, we'll never know. But I think having had it for what, probably 2 months now, I think I've given it a fair run, and I'm just better getting my cash out and getting into different stuff, because like I say, all my cheaper stuff is selling super quickly, so better have the cash in the bank for that. I'll buy 3 or 4 of those. I'm at HJ Wicket & Co to pick up my van. I couldn't help but have a little look in the showroom because they do some proper nice stuff. This is all beautiful low mileage Minters, TVR, Boxster. This is a Cubic Cars setup of Devon, isn't it? This is looking absolutely stunning. Look at this Boxster. All this stuff is super mint. So this is the kind of business I think I'd like, but then I look at the price tags for something like just a set of tyres on this beast over here, and it gives me a minor heart attack. I think I might stay with the Hyundai i10s, I think. So I'm van man for a bit. I've just picked up my van. We'll have a look at it when I get back at the unit. It's a really nice one actually. It's got a mental service history on it. It's been a lease car, I think, to the NHS or something, and we've literally got every nut, bolt and anything that's ever been done. I think they've got a contract with Halfords, and we've got a printout, 4 pages, just line after line of just, I think every component has to be listed. So we've got a really detailed history of stuff with the van, and I can say straight out of the box it's driving lovely, 69,000 miles on it, and yeah, everything in here is really clean. It's not battered at all. It's not had a hard life by any stretch of the imagination. So we'll see how we get on with this. It's a bit of a newer van for me compared to the ones I've done before, but we'll see how I get on. I did all right before on a few vans, so hopefully I will going forwards. John at HJ Wicket, he's a fantastic guy to do business with. He's just the nicest guy. Trouble is we can stand chatting for hours. That's the only problem. Our showroom is incredible. Well, he does everything from like a 2014 Freelander right up to things like supercars. Their family business has been run for ages. It's yeah, fantastic business. So yeah, top guy. We swap a load of stuff out with each other all the time. I just underwritten a RAV4 for him because he doesn't like to do anything over sort of 50,000 miles. He doesn't like to do. So yeah, I've just underwritten that for him. But just while I'm in the car, I just thought I'd have a quick chat. I haven't done a car chat for a while. A quick chat just about some of the flack I got in the last video for scrapping the Polo. Now, I'm going to explain myself a bit. Perhaps I didn't explain myself clearly enough in the last video. But that Polo, when the lady came in, she said she tried to have the power steering fixed already and it hadn't been able to be fixed. And the car was starting to have some other problems, like the locking was playing up every now and then and some other bits and bobs. And she said, it's only really fit for scrap. What can I get for it scrap? And I said, scrap wise, it's about 150 quid. That's what you'll get for a car of that sort of size. She said, fine, can you scrap it for me? I said, yeah, my scrap guy will do it. Let me just check with him and find out what the scrap value is. So I checked with him and he told me, and I said to him, you know, would you want it? And he said, yes. So let me know when it comes in. So as far as I'm concerned, from that point going forwards, I've got 2 commitments there. One is to the lady to scrap it, because I've told her it's pretty much scrap based on what she's saying. So if I now go and flip that car for a load of money, I look like a scumbag, number one. So she's expectation is that I'm going to get it scrapped. I told her I'm going to get it scrapped. She's leaving it with me. I gave her the 150 he said, and that's it basically. You know, right, it was 125 I think maybe. So I had that commitment to that lady to do what I said I was going to do as far as I'm concerned. Now, obviously, I've got no written contract on that. But as I say, you're only as good as your word in this life, I think. I also then had a commitment to the scrap man who had taken the time to get me a price on the car, agreed to sort of effectively underwrite it and take it off my hands. So I had a duty to him to also follow through on it. Just because other people were going to make me better offers on the car, you can't do business like that. Your word has to be something people can rely on. And a deal today on the van, you know, he knows I'm going to be good for it. I'm going to come, I'm going to be hassle free. I've told him I'm going to have it. I put my hand up for it. I'm going to take it away, no bother. And it's behaving like that that will give you a lot more opportunities going forward than just grabbing a quick buck here and there by not following through on what you said you were going to do. Waiting for a better offer to come along. I had a lot of like say comments, messages wanting me to sell them the Polo. A lot of them were just, you know, nice, fair enough, asking the question. Some of them got a little bit shitty with it, and I just thought how funny it was. You know, at the end of the day, if I had then agreed to sell it to them, to one of those people, and then somebody else had come and, you know, and said, yeah, it's yours, no problem at all, come and grab it, and then said to them a day or two later, oh no, sorry, it's not yours, I've had a better offer, how peed off would they be? How upset would they be with me? How dishonest would they think I was, or untrustworthy, or, like I say, not good to my word? And it does seem sometimes that people want honesty all of the time until such time as it doesn't benefit them. So as a car dealer, you continuously get accused of being, not by a lot of people in our comments, but just in general, you get accused of being dishonest, of shady trading, and people want you to do exactly what I've said, which is be upfront and stick to my word. But then if it means that they could potentially grab a bargain, they don't mind shafting somebody else. They don't mind somebody else getting the rough end of it. I think this is again why people don't get the opportunity to get a lot of great deals, because as car dealers, unfortunately, we see quite a bit of this. Because the other side of the thing with it as well is everybody wanted to say in the comments what was wrong with that car and what it needed, but there's no guarantees that's what it needs. That is just a guess. You may have seen that before, but this could be different. Don't forget, the lady had said it had been tried to be fixed and it couldn't, and there were other issues. So how many repairs might this vehicle have needed? So the kind of people that are prepared for me to stiff other people and get in a mood when I don't are exactly the kind of people you'd expect to also, when they took the car away, thinking that it was just down to a £100 part to be fitted behind the bumper for the power steering, when it then turned out that the car needed, let's say, welding at the MOT, and that was going to cost £500 and some other bits and bobs. They're exactly the kind of people that you'd expect to turn around and go, well, you didn't tell me about that. You didn't tell me about it. He must have known that was going to happen. He must have known he would need those things as well. That's why he wasn't going to fix it himself. And potentially be the kind of people that then tried to get you to put your hand in your pocket to help them out with it. So, all in all, I think anybody who's sensible will understand why the car ended up going on the ramps as in the previous video, and being taken off by the guy that agreed to buy it for me and paid me the agreed price, and even gave me a bit more towards charity. And whether you think I'm mad or not, I will continue to do business that way, and I'll continue to be confident that if anybody should ask about James Chops and how he does business, they say, yeah, he's a man of his word. He does what he says he's going to do when he says he's going to do it at the agreed price. And even if that makes me a poorer person, I will be much happier for it. So that's my retort to those that decided to get the knickers in a twist about it. Anyway, back to the unit, find out how Petey's getting on with things, and then we can have a little look at this van together, which is driving absolutely lovely. So I'm back at the unit. Petey's got the brakes done on the Nissan Qashqai, and he is now doing a transmission oil change on the VW up. If you remember, I wasn't happy with the noise at cold from this. As soon as it's warmed up a bit, it sounds absolutely perfect, but from cold I wasn't very happy. Loads of you told me yours does exactly the same thing and to leave well enough alone. Well, I've decided the balance of the two is do a transmission change on it. So we're doing a transmission change and we're adding some additive, a diff and gear oil treatment. Just like I say, so it's a bit quieter at startup. A bit of a game getting to the oil on this, because they don't just give a level plug that you fill and it starts dripping out. There's a fill point at the top at the back here somewhere, which is a bit of a game to find, but we've got Pete a little pump there to pump it in. So we're going to leave him to that while we just go and check the van out. So the van got me back lovely. It drove absolutely perfect, bar one trim rattle, which I think might be due to it having a aftermarket reversing camera put in it. I think it's in the side pillar here, so I suspect there's a connection in there, it didn't wrap, something like that. But no, other than that, it drives absolutely perfect. So this is a 1.5 TDCi. It is a wet belt. They're due at 160,000 miles or 10 years. So this is a 67 plate. It's not due for 2 years yet on this one. Yeah, just really, really nice drive. Mega clean. I said it was clean, didn't I? This car has come from lease. I believe a lease, I think I was told it was leased to the NHS. I think the mileage is only 69,000 miles, so mileage is quite low for a van, but it was all valeted before it came out. So you can see it's all got dash shine on it and everything. It's come back really, really mint. And even to the extent that They've obviously given the wheels a bit of a silver before, so all my work is done there. In terms of bodywork, there really isn't a lot. There's 2 dings up here on the top, just there and there, which I'm not sure whether I should get done for a van or not. And one on the front wing here, which I think my dent puller might get out, possibly. Yeah, not sure how much level of prep to do on this in a van, because everybody tells me just kind of leave them as they are and sell them cheaper. Inside's nice in the back as well. It's not had a hard life at all. A little bit of wear. It looks like someone's put a bit of paint here where they've drilled some holes in for something they've fitted in the back. But yeah, I mean, all the bulkhead is free of all dings and dents. All the chipboard is free of marks. This hasn't had a hard life at all. Drove really nicely. I haven't got the service history to hand now. I'm getting that dropped off. I've got it on my phone, pictures of it all, and like I say, it's pages and pages and pages. So we'll see how we get on with this little blighter. I can't remember what needs MOT wise, how long the MOT is on it. I'll check all those things. But yeah, I think that'll be an interesting little bit of stock to see how I get on with. Because like I say, quite a bit newer than some of the other vans I do, but it's still an affordable van. It's not an expensive van. I think, what's this going to be? I think Auto Trader's about 7+ VAT. This has got VAT on it, obviously, because it's come from a business. I think it's about 7+ VAT, something like 6,995 plus the VAT, which doesn't seem really expensive for a little van like this, does it? I suppose I go for that price point on you know, maybe £400 or £500 cheaper and leave the dings and dents down. I'm not sure. If anybody sells vans, let me down below. Am I better selling it cheaper and leaving the dings and dents, or I guess I could just leave it as a point of negotiation. We'll see. Anyway, as always, many thanks for watching the videos. Really appreciate it. Don't forget, our new raffle has started for the Audi was it A3 convertible, wasn't it? Yeah. So that's started. It's only £2 a ticket, and we haven't decided on a charity yet. We all support charity when we do the raffles. I've had a couple of suggestions, but only 1 or 2. So I guess I could choose one of those 1 or 2, but just in case anyone missed the video where I said please let me know if there's any specific charities you'd like to support with the next raffle, because we'll do it on a majority vote. Get down in the comments and let me know as well. There is a QR code here you can scan to get into the raffle, or you can go to the video description down below to get to the raffle, or you can just search Google Chops Garage Raffle and you'll find it that way. Again, many thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, I realised I left you on tenterhooks now with the VW up. So if anybody remembers what it sounded like before, it sounded quite clattery and chattery from the gearbox. So this is cold, we're not letting it warm up. It's a different car. It is a totally different car. If I have the time to find and insert the previous bit of video of the noise it made, I will. But this is how it sounded when it was warm, but when it was cold, it was quite chattery. So we put in brand new gearbox fluid, and we put in a tube of the Forte diff and gearbox additive. The gear change is still lovely. There's no problems at all with that. It's not stiffened it up too much at all. Still a little bit there, a little bit of chatter, which, you know, at the end of the day, they say the manufacturer even speaks about that, but certainly a hell of a lot quieter than it was. Oh, I realised I left you on